Hi again, chicos. Dr. G with you again. Let me present to you this section. We're going to be talking about arreglo personal, and we're going to talk about reflexive constructions in these two pieces. They are completely connected, so they are one whole session. So I'm going to include the two in here. So the learning objective of these two parts are, at the end of this period, students will be able to describe their daily routine and habits, express their needs related to personal care, express emotions and emotional states, okay? Notice that the learning objective part for the last session are the same one. One is concerned with reflexive constructions as pieces of vocab, and the other one as pieces of structure of the language. Let's proceed. Here we see Rosario, this beautiful girl. And she is in una cafetería, está en café solo. It's funny, café solo means café alone, and she is alone, café solo. And then in his room, we find Fabian. I guess we're able to guess that they were supposed to meet, and somebody is not where he's supposed to be, see? So let's hear what's going on here with Rosario and Fabian.
Fabián tiene cita con Rosario a las 9 de la mañana. Ahora son las 9:15.
¿Sí?
Hola, Fabián.
Sí. ¿Quién es?
Yo, Rosario. Estoy aquí en el café solo. ¿Dónde estás tú?
Ay, en la cama. Llego en 5 minutos. Solo tengo que levantarme, ducharme, afeitarme, peinarme, vestirme.
Fabián, eres un caso.
Él es un caso. He is unique, she says. Let's hear what she thinks after that.
Rosario toma su desayuno y piensa...
A veces este Fabián me pone furiosa. Nunca se despierta a tiempo. Bueno, también es un buen amigo y siempre nos divertimos juntos.
So look at this. I hope you understand the situation. They have a date, see? They have a breakfast date. But he's still in bed. And they're supposed to be meeting at 9 o'clock, 9 de la mañana, and it's 9:15 and he's not there. When she calls, he says, oh, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Solo tengo I only have to, solo tengo que levantarme, ducharme, afeitarme, peinarme, vestirme. Do you believe he's able to do all of that in 5 minutos? That's why he's un caso, right? Mentiroso. But look what she thinks about him afterward. Me pone furiosa, it makes me mad. Me pone furiosa, nunca se despierta a tiempo, pero también es un buen amigo. Siempre nos divertimos juntos, see, together. So we see that even though he is un caso, he is a good friend. They do get along well and have fun together, divertirse. ¿Sí? Muy bien, chicos. Talking about vocab part, we're going to be considering reflexive verbs and things we have to do, see? Like
acostarse, afeitarse, bañarse, cepillarse, despertarse, dormirse, ducharse, lavarse, levantarse, maquillarse, peinarse, quitarse, quitarse la camisa, secarse, sentarse, vestirse.
Do you see those little parentheses there next to sentarse and vestirse? That means it has a stem change there, okay? In the second one, it has two because one stem change in the present and one stem change in preterito. So these are the things that we do in for personal care, and this is the vocab that we use, see? We also express this, we use these structures to express emotions like ponerse contento.
Ponerse contento.
And I'm going to tell you a little bit
Ponerse contenta.
more about that. ¿Sí? And we have some questions. ¿Dónde está Rosario? ¿Dónde está Fabián? Rosario está en el café solo. Fabián está en la casa. Fabián está en la cama. ¿Por qué está molesta Rosario? Porque Fabián no está con ella, ¿verdad? ¿Qué tiene que hacer Fabián? Fabián tiene que despertarse, peinarse, bañarse, afeitarse, and many more things, ¿sí? ¿En cuánto tiempo dice que necesita? He says he needs 5 minutos, ¿sí? ¿Y Rosario se va a poner furiosa? Yo creo que sí se va a poner furiosa. ¿Cuánto tiempo necesitas tú generalmente para arreglarte por la mañana? 5 minutos, 10 minutos, 20 minutos. ¿Cuánto tiempo necesitan ustedes para arreglarse? Arreglarse is to get ready, to get all dressed and ready to go. ¿Sí? Arreglarse. It means to fix, but in this case is arreglarse oneself. Now look at these images. ¿Qué tiene que hacer ellos? ¿Qué tiene que hacer Pancho? Pancho tiene que acostarse temprano porque mañana tiene que ir a la escuela. ¿Qué tiene que hacer Juanito? Juanito tiene que bañarse porque no está limpio. ¿Qué tiene que hacer Maribel? Maribel tiene que lavarse la cara para quitarse el maquillaje. One extra thing is that you have to match the structure, right? So you're going to say tiene, it's going to be always tiene because it's he or she. So tiene que, because you are talking about them. So tiene que, and in Juanito's case, tiene que, and then we're going to use bañar in infinitive. Bañar, and it's not bañarme because it's not me, it's not bañarte because it's not you, it's not bañarnos because it's not us, it's bañarse because it's him. So tiene que bañarse. So we have to make that agreement there. We use, got it? These reflexive actions with daily routine personal care actions. See, personal care, hygiene. See, like bañarse, cepillarse, peinarse, vestirse, secarse. These actions are expressed like that because the same person who's doing the action is receiving the action. You see like here, in these images, you see what is the difference between these two actions is, in this case, well, they are taking a bath, both of them, but in this one, he's doing it to himself. He does the action and he receives the action. And in this one, the baby receives the action, but the mom does the action. See? So when do we use reflexive constructions? Well, you notice that Rosario was mad. Well, with emotions, we have ponerse cansado, ponerse alegre, ponerse enamorado, avergonzado, o preocupado, o triste, ¿sí? Frustrado, irritado, relajada, enojada, confundido, nervioso, perplejo. Well, these actions can be expressed as verbs. ¿Sí? Aburrirse, alegrarse, cansarse, confundirse, deprimirse, frustrarse, irritarse, ofenderse, preocuparse, sentirse. And we're going to use sentirse and ponerse in a very special way. The difference is that se tells you that the doer of the action is receiving the action himself. So las emociones, the emotions are expressed with this type of verb. We can express them in different ways. First, we can use the verb, see? So you can take aburrirse, and you say, yo me aburro, tú te alegras, ellos se deprimen, yo me divierto. We'll see more in terms of conjugation. We're talking about vocab now. We can use it as Rosario, me pone furiosa, ¿sí? So you're going to use ponerse plus the adjective. Te pones triste, me pongo bravo, me pongo molesto, which is not the same thing as in English, okay? Molesto is to be bothered. Ponerse enojado, nosotros nos ponemos muy felices. So, poner plus the adjective is the other way to express emotions using reflexive constructions. And the last one is sentirse plus adjective. Feel plus the adjective that describes your emotion. So, se siente, and there is a stem change, se siente ofendida, nos sentimos frustrados, tú te sientes confundida. The difference between ponerse plus adjective and sentirse plus adjective is that when you are in one mode, in one emotion, let's say that you are happy and then you found out something and you, in that case, you change your emotion to another one. That's when you put yourself, like, it's like turning on a different emotion, see? While sentirse describes the state while you are within that state. Si estoy ofendida, I am not turning to being offended. I am in the middle of being offended. So this sentirse describes when you are feeling it, and ponerse describes when you are changing from one emotion to another one. So turning on a different emotion. Okay? Muy bien. So we express emotions with reflexive constructions because it's like we put ourselves in that specific emotion. The other case in which we use reflexive constructions, and now we're going to jump into structure a little bit, is to talk about daily routine, talking about personal care, okay? Let's see. All of them are going to show with se because they are doing the action to themselves. This se proves that, or implies and suggests that the doer of the action is receiving the action. And this is how we conjugate them. Let's take bañarse, see? Se is the pronoun, the reflexive pronoun. And there is a bunch of them. Me, te, se, nos, os, and se, see? So when we conjugate them, we need to replace se for the correct one on who's doing the action. So they match. Me, yo goes with me. Let's see it. So the endings are the same. Yo baño, tú bañas, él baña, nosotros bañamos, vosotros bañáis, ellos bañan. If you have it like that, it's implied that something else is receiving the action. But if you do this and insert the pronoun, the reflexive pronoun, the possibility of somebody else receiving the action disappears. And then the doer of the action is the recipient of the action. So yo me baño, I'm implying I give a bath to myself, I shower myself. ¿Sí? Tú te bañas, él se baña, nosotros nos bañamos, vosotros os bañáis, ellos se bañan. ¿Sí? And the negative form is going to be no, which goes before the pronoun. Yo no me baño. Yo no me baño. So this is how we present reflexive constructions, okay? Chicos, you have learned some formulas in which the verb must be in infinitive. For example, tú necesitas secarte el pelo. Necesitar plus infinitive, it has to show the infinitive secar, and then who is receiving the action. Te. Tú necesitas secarte el pelo. Nosotros tenemos que bañarnos. Who is receiving the action? Nos. That's why nos is here to match nosotros. And if nosotros is not present, tenemos shows who's doing the action. María debe maquillarse más. So what pronoun goes with ella? María, se. So it has to match. So we can use it in formulas, right? Yo no puedo acostarme. Los chicos van a despertarse. Ella no tiene ganas de depilarse. And these are formulas that we have learned so far. Los estudiantes quieren quitarse la ropa en público, pero ellos saben que no deben hacer eso. Ellos desean dormirse. Paul planea levantarse a las 7. A la profesora no le gusta caminar mucho, ella prefiere sentarse. See? So you see, this is not the only position, but I'm gonna just stop there with that position, and you guys see that in the formulas, we keep the verb, reflexive verb in infinitive, but we match the pronoun. The reflexive pronoun has to match with the doer of the action. Okay? Empiezo a vestirme, vuelvo a dormirme. Dos más. So, a note on reflexive is that me, myself, me, me, te, se, nos, os, and se. Okay, you see that? Me, te, se, nos, os, se. These are not direct object pronouns. These are not indirect object pronouns. These are not subject pronouns. These are reflexive pronouns. They go with the subject pronoun. So, yo, me, tú, te, él, ella, él, se, usted, se, nosotros, nos, vosotros, os, ellos, ellas, ustedes, se. Okay? Muy bien. When you say levantarse, subject doing something for himself. So we use it in daily routine. Some of them have stem changing verbs, see, like despertarse and vestirse. And they can also be non-reflexive, like lavar, lavarse, lavar, I wash. And in the textbook, we have that explanation in an image that I think is convenient for us to see. So when we're talking about reflexive constructions, you see here that Isabel se peina, she's combing her own hair, and Isabel peina a su hermana, she's combing her sister's hair. And the difference here is that the se proves and shows that she is doing the action to herself. We don't have se here because we have a su hermana, the direct object. Okay, so that's it for today in terms of one direct reflexive constructions as piece of vocab and reflexive construction a piece of grammar. When we're talking about reflexive constructions, keep in mind that we might imply 7 different ideas. And let me present the first one you already know. Reflexive constructions, emotions, and personal care. That's one. The second one is reciprocal. So if you take, you can express all of them as reflexive, but if when you think about nosotros, vosotros, and ellos, this conjugation not only allows us to use them as reflexive, but also as reciprocal. So when we say, for example, llamarse, nosotros nos llamamos. This means that I call you and you call me, that we call each other, see? Nosotros nos amamos, we love each other. Nosotros nos amamos, that means that I love you and you love me, see? For example, we say that brothers help each other, ¿sí? Los hermanos se ayudan. So they help each other. Ellos se ayudan. But they also fight. Y se pelean. You see, se pelean would imply that they fight each other. So an extra idea that we convey with reflexive construction in nosotros, vosotros, and ellos is the each other, doing the action to each other, see? That's the idea that we convey. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is it for today.